promise. We go.
The comedian incident.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. All right, the worst TV deaths ever. Oh shit! Hold on, did not mean to click that. All right, the worst TV deaths ever. We back in it a little bit.
On April 15th, 1984, Tommy Cooper, a 63-year-old comedian, walked onto the stage at Her Majesty's Theatre in London. 12 million people were watching live from home on ITV. Cooper was Britain's favorite comedian, and he was known as the man who made magic tricks funny by getting them wrong. That evening, Cooper wore a red cloak as he prepared for his magic act. His assistant, Sandy Lawrence.
Who's that one dude? The one magician who was called like Da Vinci, not Leonardo da Vinci, but there was another, or was his name like the Houdini? I'm talking about Houdini. Man, his name was not Da Vinci. It was Houdini, bro. Y'all know about Houdini, man?
Helped him put on a red cloak. He thanked her. Little did he know that those would be his last words. As the show proceeded, the audience was already laughing. Suddenly, he slumped backward against the curtain. His body twisted. His legs twitched. The audience roared with laughter. They thought it was part of the act. Cooper was
just laughing at shit. Just laughing at random shit. He could just cough. They gonna start laughing. Like,
famous for physical comedy. This looked like another one of his brilliant gags. But behind the curtains, something was wrong. Cooper wasn't moving on cue. The routine was taking too long. Director Alistair McMillan realized immediately that something terrible had happened. He cut to an unscheduled commercial break, but they had to continue the show. Les Dennis and Dustin.
Oh my God, imagine dying and getting laughed at. Niggas just ridiculing you. I would be devastated.
G were pushed onto the stage. They performed, while behind the curtains, people desperately tried to save Cooper's life. They tried to revive him, hitting his chest, trying CPR, but Cooper wasn't responding. He was later rushed to Westminster Hospital and was pronounced dead on arrival from a massive heart attack.
Oh, he was in Westminster? He was near Long Beach. Smiley.
He was later rushed to Westminster Hospital and was pronounced dead on arrival from a massive heart attack. Tommy Cooper died to roars of laughter, while 12 million people thought it was just another joke. What many people also don't take seriously are their finances. Money slips away quietly, subscription by subscription, until it's just 80 money to men or the helicopter 2007.
Don't ask how I knew his ad. Don't ask how I knew W snipe. Can I just get a W fucking snipe, man?
2 news helicopters were covering a police chase in Phoenix, Arizona. The helicopters belonged to KNX-VTV and KTVK. Both stations.
Talk about them helicopters. Y'all know that's how Kobe died, man. I just found out about 3 weeks ago, man. Long live Kobe, bro. But y'all know that's how Kobe, man, he was found DOA from a helicopter, bro. I always thought he drowned or something, but nah, he didn't. He died by a helicopter, man. And Oliver Tree, yeah.
Were broadcasting the pursuit live. It was mid-afternoon, a routine chase, the kind that happens frequently in major cities. The suspect was fleeing in a stolen vehicle. Police were following. The helicopters circled above, filming for their respective stations, providing aerial coverage. KTVK's
y'all think the helicopters crashed into
helicopter carried pilot Scott Bowerbank and photographer Jim Cox. KNX-VTV's helicopter carried pilot Craig Smith and photographer Rick Krolak. All 4 were experienced professionals. They'd covered countless chases before. Around 12:46 p.m., the helicopters were over Steele Indian School Park in central Phoenix. The chase was active below. Cameras were rolling. Then disaster struck.
I low-key want to see the chase.
Collided in midair. The rotor blades hit each other. Metal tore. The aircraft spun out of control. Viewers watching at home saw the helicopters in frame during the chase coverage. Then suddenly, both helicopters plummeted to the ground.
Chat, I ain't gonna lie. Call me delusional. Not delusional. Call me a psychopath if you want to, bro. I low-key want to see it. I ain't gonna lie. I low-key want to see the shit, bro. They got it on film. I want to see
School Park in central Phoenix.
Look, please, look.
Hey, Alex.
Stop. We'll see what happens here. He has stopped. This may be the end of this thing.
Well, he's taking off running.
Okay, now it's a foot chase.
Okay, now he's jumped into another vehicle.
Okay.
All right, they're closing in. Looks like they've.
Oh, Jesus.
We're gonna pull out. We don't.
Crap! Oh no! Oh Jesus! Oh God! Oh my gosh!
That was a little crash right there.
Channel 15 and Channel 3 just had a mid-air collision. They're in the park. Oh man. Oh Jesus.
Probably just going to let them.
The chase was active.
They got blown up
below. Cameras were rolling. Then disaster struck. The helicopters collided in midair. The rotor blades hit each other. Metal tore. The aircraft spun out of control. Viewers watching at home saw the helicopters in frame during the chase coverage. Then suddenly, both helicopters plummeted to the ground. They crashed in the park below. One hit near trees. The other crashed nearby. All 4 men died instantly. The impacts were catastrophic. There were no survivors. Miraculously, nobody on the ground was hurt. The academic interview. On September 12, 2018,
It's 3 days after my birthday.
Professor Rita Jitendra appeared live on Doordarshan's Good Morning J&K, an Indian television news channel. She was there to
I was about to say, that shit sound like Good Morning LA, but where the fuck is J and K?
discuss political issues. Jitendra was a prominent academic and political analyst. She frequently appeared on news programs to provide expert commentary. The interview began normally. Jitendra sat in the studio discussing current events with the host. She was articulate, composed, answering questions thoughtfully. Then, mid-sentence, Jitendra stopped talking. Her expression changed. She tossed her head backward and gasped for air. The host immediately realized something was wrong and called for help. Cameras were still rolling, broadcasting live. Viewers watched as Jitendra struggled to breathe. She collapsed in her chair.
She just heart attack right then and there, like that.
Studio staff rushed over and called for medical assistance. Medics arrived quickly and rushed her to a nearby hospital. She'd suffered a massive cardiac arrest, but doctors couldn't save her. Rita Jitendra was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. The incident shocked India. A prominent academic had died live on television, in the middle of an interview, while discussing ordinary political matters.
Man, live on
The Breakfast
television
Show.
something crazy. And Cud just kept that bitch rolling. Imagine, bruh. Like I'm saying, bruh. Imagine, nigga. It's your time, and niggas is like this. Like, nigga. Like, nigga, I'll be devastated, bruh. I'll be
Incident.
devastated.
On November
cuz.
13th, 1986,
Really catching that bitch in
24-year-old Michael
4K,
Lush
I'll
was
be
rehearsing
hurting.
for a stunt on the BBC television program, The Late, Late Breakfast Show. The show, hosted by Noel Edmonds, was famous for its dangerous live challenges performed by members of the public. Lush had volunteered to perform a stunt called Hang 'em High, which involved bungee jumping from a box suspended about 120 feet above the ground.
I think I heard about this.
It was supposed to be spectacular, daring, safe. During the rehearsal, Lush climbed into the metal box. The box was hoisted high into the air by a crane. He was secured to an elastic bungee cord by a carabiner clip fastened to an eye bolt inside the box. Crew members stood below, watching. Cameras were ready. Then came the signal. The box was released and Michael dropped. Suddenly, something went wrong. The clip detached from its mounting. The cord failed to stop his fall. He plunged 100
Bro, and that's low-key why I would never want to go bungee jumping. Would y'all want to go bungee jumping, cuz? I would never want to go bungee jumping. I ain't gonna lie. Man, just because some shit like this,
20
bro,
feet and struck
I feel like I got the worst luck in life.
the
bro.
ground. The impact was catastrophic. He was killed instantly. The accident shocked Britain. The
Talking
death
about bungee jumping, bro. Did you? Oh, hold on. Good damn job.
of Michael Lush changed British television forever and ended the era of live, unregulated stunts.
Don't get a nigga the hammer, but give him some authority.
The sci-fi tragedy. On September 20th, 1996, 27-year-old actor Kenneth Keith Stedman was filming an episode of the science fiction series Sliders near El Mirage Dry Lake, California. The crew was shooting a desert chase scene. Cameras rolled as Stedman drove a dune buggy across the barren expanse. It was a simple setup between takes. Then, out of nowhere, something went terribly wrong. The buggy hit uneven ground. It struck a hidden mound and flipped violently.
It's a dune buggy. Hold on. Can we talk about it? It's a dune buggy. Ain't it supposed to be in sand dunes, hills and shit? Like, how did this happen?
The vehicle rolled over, throwing Stedman from the seat before crushing him underneath. Crew members screamed for help. Paramedics were called immediately, racing across the desert floor. But by the time they reached him, it was too late. Kenneth Keith Stedman was pronounced dead at a local hospital. The production was halted. The investigation confirmed it was a rollover accident. No explosions or pyrotechnics had occurred, just a tragic miscalculation. His death sent a jolt through Hollywood. It reminded everyone that even the simplest scene could turn fatal in an instant. The skiing disaster.
I ain't gonna lie. It had to be someone else's fault. Okay, partially, yes, it is. But, bro, a dune buggy to roll over and kill you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That is so fucking rare that a dune buggy is gonna flip even. I ain't gonna lie. Unless I just don't know, bro. Unless I genuinely don't.
On January 29th, 1994, Austrian ski champion Ulrike Meyer stood at the top of the Kandahar downhill course in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Germany. Cameras were rolling for a live World Cup broadcast. Mayer was a 26-year-old, fearless and focused. She was a 2-time Super G champion. That day, she adjusted her goggles. Everywhere fell silent. Just as the signal sounded, she pushed off. Her speed built instantly, about 62 miles per hour. She sliced through the course. Every move.
Bro, y'all know y'all could go like 200 miles per hour, like real speed and skiing, like going down the right mountain.
Precise.
I never knew that, chat. I ain't gonna lie. That shit be crazy.
But as she hit one of the fastest sections, something went wrong. Her ski caught an edge. In a split second, Mayer lost control. Initially, it was believed she struck a timing post, but later investigation concluded she likely broke her neck upon hitting the ground, not from a post impact. She then slammed into the safety netting with tremendous force. The sound was sickening. Rescuers rushed to her side. Medical teams tried to revive her, but Ulrika Mayer never regained consciousness. She was pronounced dead shortly after reaching the hospital in Murnau. The entire crash had unfolded on live television.
Fizzy, who your broke ass talking about?
The world of skiing was shattered. In the aftermath, officials redesigned courses, strengthened safety nets, and implemented stricter standards. But no change could undo what the world had witnessed that day. A champion's final run brought.
They still had to see her down there get decapitated. That was some shit.
Broadcast live to millions.
Like, that shit making me stomach sick thinking about it. Imagine you just seen that bitch get decapitated.
The Challenger disaster. On January 28, 1986, the Space Shuttle Challenger was scheduled to launch from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. It was the 25th shuttle mission. 7 astronauts were on board. The launch was special because one crew member was Krista McAuliffe, a teacher. She was the first civilian selected to go to space. Schools across America tuned in. Classrooms filled with students watching live. Everyone was excited, inspired. Space exploration was...
Talking about teachers going to space, bro. Chat, tell me why my one elementary school teacher, bro. Back when I was in real little skip age, bro. Back when I was really knee high, when I was really a little skip, bro. Tell me why one of my teachers, cause she told me she used to work for NASA. Showed me her little astronaut helmet, all that. Show me her astronaut helmet, all that, man. I believed her. I believed her, bro. But to this day, really thinking about it, she gave us a story. She said she quit her job at NASA because she got too tired of astronaut work. Quote, not quote, word for fucking word. I could quote that, bro. Like, she got tired of the astronaut work, so she wanted to become a school teacher. I was like, so why didn't she just retire? Like, don't they pay a lot? Like, even as a little skip, even as a little school. Oh my God, my fucking English. Hey man, I got a little sleep deprivation, bro. Don't do this to me, bro. I promise. But even as a little skip, I low-key felt like she was bullshitting me, because why would you work for NASA and then come work for some random ass school, elementary school, mind you? You're not even getting paid that much. Like let's be fucking real. Like, let's be genuinely fucking real. You was playing in space and fucking time. Now you want to work at a school with little runny nose kids. Like, let's be real. That shit ain't gonna make sense, right? So I started digging into it. Like, bro, man, as a little kid, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like, me really looking back on it, I was on some other shit. But start digging into it, cause like I'm really asking her. So like, how was that at NASA? And the more she talked about it, I was like, bro, you wasn't. So I just asked her. Like, I can't quote like word for word what she said. Shit happened some years ago. But I'm like, bro, you wasn't even at NASA. Like, yo, astronaut helmet, I could rip off this sticker. Like, to be dead ass, I ripped off her sticker like 3 times. I just kept having to put it back on. man, I really did just keep having to put that little bitch back on. But anyways, I asked her one day, I'm like, hey, you lying? She got all red. She said, no, what you mean? Start giving me a whole explanation. Asked me to step outside, cuz. Bitch was lying, man. That teacher was lying, bro. Moral of the story, that teacher was lying, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If you gonna lie, at least have a purpose in the lie, bro. She was just
coming to their classroom.
Fizzy, nobody's fucking just talking to you specifically, you dirty neck bitch.
It was a cold morning. Temperatures had dropped to 36 degrees the night before. Engineers expressed concerns about O-rings in the solid rocket boosters. Cold weather could compromise the seals, but the decision was made to proceed with the launch. At 11:38 a.m., the countdown reached 0. The shuttle's engines ignited. Flames and smoke billowed. Challenger lifted off. It rose into the clear blue sky. Everything looked perfect. Students cheered in classrooms across the country. It was 73 seconds into the flight. Then, disaster struck. At approximately 11:39 a.m., Challenger exploded. A massive fireball erupted. For a moment, nobody understood.
Y'all want to watch the Challenger video too? Yep. All right.
Units have started. T-minus
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I did just want to watch it. Good.
21 seconds, and the solid rocket booster engine gimbal now underway. T-minus 15 seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
So they got off the floor.
Roger, roll, Challenger. Good roll program confirmed.
Bro, that's so much fucking fire they like admitting, cuz that's so much fuel. So much fuel, bro.
Good roll program confirmed.
So
Challenger
much
now heading
power.
downrange.
So much power too. Man, that's
Engines beginning throttling down now at 94%.
I don't mean to be that guy, but
For most of the flight, 104%.
when is it gonna go boom?
We'll throttle down to 65% shortly. Engines at 65%. 3 engines running normally. 3 good fuel cells. 3 good APUs. Velocity 2,257 feet per second. Altitude 4.3 nautical miles. Downrange distance 3 nautical miles.
Why do they call them nautical miles if they not in the water? I thought nautical was.
So the 25th Space Shuttle mission is now on the way after more delays than NASA cares to count. This morning, it looked as though they were not going to be able to get off.
Oh, shit.
1 minute 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per
That
second.
shit really just went left out of nowhere. I thought they was them, bro. I thought they was in the atmosphere and this shit just happened, bro. I think it was when they tried to disconnect this.
3 good APUs.
Nah, I know there's a measure of speed called knots. Brother, I know that. You know, wind goes in knots too, you dickhead. Like,
Velocity 2,257 feet per second. Altitude 4.3 nautical miles. Downrange distance 3 nautical miles.
So the 25th Space Shuttle mission is now on the way after more delays than NASA cares to count. This morning, it looked as though they were not going to be able to get off.
yo, I ain't gonna lie. I really wonder what
feet per
happened.
second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7.
Oh, they're called nautical miles. I thought they were called nautical miles, like water nautical.
Nautical miles.
Love you, Fizzy. I'm gonna get a bad bitch to lick your toes one day, boy. I love you. Wait, and that shit was still going? One of the rockets was still going. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think that shit happened when it was disconnecting. Okay. Brownie. I was just showing him some love, man. I just showing him some love.
Looks like a couple of the solid rocket boosters blew away from the side of the shuttle.
That's a damn shame, though. So I would look. Oh my God, Brownie, no.
What happened? The crowds at Kennedy Space Center stood in stunned silence.
That's a
On
shame.
television,
Yeah, you
commentators fell silent. The camera
You could tell everybody fell silent, bro. Man, I fell silent, bro. I ain't even had nothing to say. Like, that's a damn shame.
stayed on the
really.
smoke trail. The 7 astronauts were dead. Commander Dick Scobie, pilot Michael J. Smith, mission specialists Judith Resnick, Ellison Onizuka, and Ronald McNair, payload specialist Gregory Jarvis, and teacher Krista McAuliffe. All gone in an instant. The spacecraft fell for 2 minutes and 45 seconds, crashing into the Atlantic Ocean at over 200 miles per hour. The investigation revealed the O-rings had failed, just as engineers feared. And like that, a moment
Yeah, I told you, cuz. It was when they was disconnecting it.
investigation revealed the O-rings had failed, just as engineers feared. And like that, a moment of hope turned into a moment of horror that defined a generation. The superhero wrestler. On May 23, 1999, wrestler Owen Hart was scheduled to
Just imagine naming your kid after Dick.
to perform at the WWF's Over the Edge pay-per-view event in Kansas City, Missouri.
Like, yeah, I'll damn near be mad. Like, imagine naming your kid Johnson.
Hart was performing as his alter ego, the Blue Blazer, a superhero character. The entrance was supposed to be spectacular. Hart would be lowered from the rafters on a cable, descend into the ring. The crowd would love
Hey,
it.
what did you see?
Hart was 34 years old, an experienced wrestler, but he'd expressed concerns about the stunt to friends. He didn't like heights. He thought the harness looked unsafe, but it was part of the show, part of the performance. Around 8 p.m., Hart was hoisted into the rafters of Kemper Arena. He was 78 feet above the ring. Over 16,000 people were in attendance. The plan was for Hart to descend partway, then pretend the cable malfunctioned. He was attached to a quick-release harness, the kind used for quick escapes, but it was the wrong equipment for this stunt. The release mechanism was too sensitive. As Hart was being moved into position, something went wrong. The quick-release mechanism triggered accidentally. The harness opened, causing Hart to fall. He plummeted 78 feet and fell straight down into the ring. His chest struck the top rope. Hart
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think he was gonna try to play it off? But damn, you can't even play that one off.
tumbled into the ring and lay motionless.
That's down near skyscraper height. Damn.
The impact was destructive.
Y'all wanna watch that video too? Hey? Nah, that's too gory.
At first, the crowd thought it was part of the act. Some laughed, others cheered. But EMTs rushed to the ring immediately. They knew this wasn't planned. Hart wasn't moving or breathing. They began CPR. That was when the fans knew that something terrible had happened. The festive atmosphere turned to shocked silence. Hart was placed on a stretcher. He was rushed to Truman Medical Center, but his aorta had been severed. He died from internal bleeding. He was pronounced dead at 8:20 p.m. The reality show.
Yo, oh my god. Yo.
2019.
Yo,
Actor and model
Fizzy. I'm not gonna lie. It was a fucking apartment, you dirty whore.
Godfrey Gao was filming the Chinese reality show Chase Me in Ningbo, Zhejiang Province. The show was a physically demanding competition. Contestants ran, chased each other, and completed challenges. It was exhausting work. They'd been filming since early in the day. Gao was 35 years old, a successful model and actor. He'd appeared in The Mortal Instruments, City of Bones. He was in excellent physical shape, athletic, healthy. Around 1 a.m., after hours of filming, Gao was running a segment. He'd been going for hours. The production schedule was grueling. Participants got minimal rest between challenges. Suddenly, Gao
hours? Nigga, this is worse than a sport conditioning.
slowed down. He put his hand to his head, looked unsteady. Then he collapsed, fell face first onto the floor. Cameras were still rolling. Other contestants rushed over. At first, some thought he was joking, but Gao wasn't moving. He wasn't responding. Production staff called for medical help. They tried to revive him, started CPR, but Gao remained unconscious. An ambulance was called, but it took time to arrive.
I ain't gonna lie, you would have thought they would have ambulance on the scene and shit. Would a show that literally got you pushing the limits of your body, but they don't. What the?
Was rushed to the hospital, but he'd suffered sudden cardiac arrest. Despite efforts to save him, Gao was pronounced dead at 4 a.m. His death became a catalyst for change, a tragedy that exposed the dark side of reality television production, where the quest for dramatic content could literally cost lives. The fall on set. On June 8th,
Don't live Gao, man. Don't live Gao.
2019, a 90-year-old legendary Philippine actor Eddie Garcia was filming the television drama Rosang Agamat in Manila. He was a legend in Philippine cinema. For over 7 decades, Garcia had been a fixture on screen. He'd played heroes, villains, soldiers, fathers, more than 600 film and television appearances. The crew admired him. Younger actors looked up to him. Everyone wanted to be around Manoy, as he was fondly called. That day's scene seemed simple. Just a short walk during an outdoor shoot in Tondo, Manila. Garcia walked into frame. Then suddenly, he stumbled. A cable lay across the ground. It was part of the production's lighting setup, but his foot was caught on it. In that instant, Garcia tripped forward, hit the pavement hard, and went completely still. Crew members rushed over.
I ain't gonna lie. You could really die from any little coincidence, bro. That shit is so not sad, but it's like, damn, bro.
At first, they thought it was
just like, damn, bro.
It was just a simple fall.
Any little
but something was wrong. He wasn't moving. The impact had broken his neck, a severe cervical spine fracture between the first and second vertebrae. The paramedics arrived, and he was rushed to the hospital. Early reports claimed he'd had a heart attack, but doctors later confirmed that it was blunt trauma from the fall. Garcia was placed on life support. For 12 days, his family waited by his bedside. Messages poured in from across the country, from actors, politicians, fans, all hoping for a miracle, but it never came. On June 20th, 2019, Eddie Garcia was pronounced dead from the injury. The morning news tragedy. On August 26, 2015, reporter Allison Parker and cameraman Adam Ward were doing
How
a
the
routine.
fuck did you fall on a bike while you were parked? Hold on. How? Like, did you not have a kickstand or some shit? Even if you didn't have a kickstand, how? I was a little y'all, and my foot got stuck.
Teen morning live.
You just uncoordinated, bro. How did your foot get stuck in a bike like that and you just fall and break your arm? I feel like that's hella uncoordinated. Unless you talk about like your foot got stuck in the pedal, but even then I feel like you could have fixed it by it. Hey man, to each his own, man, but at least you healed.
Live broadcast at Bridgewater Plaza near Smith Mountain Lake in Virginia. It was 6:45 a.m. Parker was interviewing Vicky Gardner about local tourism. The camera was live. People were watching at home over their morning coffee. Then suddenly, gunshots rang out. 8 rapid shots in rapid succession. Parker screamed and ran. The camera shook violently, fell, and the feed cut to black. Back in the studio, anchor Kimberly McBroom looked shocked, confused. She didn't know what had just happened. Neither did viewers. The shooter was Vester Lee Flanagan, a former WDBJ reporter who'd been fired from the station 2 years earlier. He'd harbored resentment. That morning, he'd approached the live broadcast with a gun. He shot Parker first, multiple times. She tried running but collapsed, then turned to Ward and shot him while filming. He also
hold on. Why not just
shot Vicky Gardner, who survived her injuries. After the attack, Flanagan fled and posted his own video to social media while driving.
And cuz showed the live video?
After the attack, Flanagan fled and posted his own video to social media.
That's a fucking news report, man. I hate to say it, but that's a fucking news report, man. He showed them the
media while driving. Some hours later, the police caught up with him. He took his own life during the chase. Allison Parker and Adam Ward
at least
died
pay for it. All right, you ain't had to be a bitch about it. You ain't had to take your own life. You could at least pay for your consequences.
Scene. The Cavett Show.
That said, show the video. That video we cannot show. If you asked for any other video to be shown, brother, I would have sat here with a smile on my face and watched it with you. But yeah,
on June 8th, 1971, the Dick Cavett Show was filmed at ABC Studios in New York City. The guest list that day.
Who the fuck is what? Yo, who's watching the Dick Cavett Show, man?
The Dick Cavett Show was filmed at ABC Studios in New York City. The guest list that day was impressive. Writers, thinkers, celebrities. Among them sat J.Y. Rodale, a 72-year-old publisher and founder of Organic Gardening magazine. He was a pioneer of the organic food movement. Rodale was cheerful, lively, and proud of his work. During his interview, he spoke passionately about health, vitality, and the benefits of natural living. He joked that he would live to be 100. The audience laughed. Cavett smiled. Everything seemed perfectly ordinary. When his segment ended, Rodale stayed on stage as the next guest was introduced. The conversation continued. Cameras kept rolling. Then, without warning, something changed. Rodale leaned back in his chair. His head dropped. He stopped breathing. For a moment, the audience thought he was joking, maybe a part of the show's dry humor. But Cavett noticed something was wrong.
Dry humor. I'm dying. Y'all calling this dry humor, bro?
He turned and saw Rodale motionless and eyes closed. At that moment, the laughter faded. Crew members rushed to his side. Medical staff tried to revive him.
Yo, what about Cam Man, bro? What about fucking Cam Man, bro? I ain't gonna lie, because cameraman, after really seeing like what cameramans be doing, cameramen see it all. Literally, they see it all. Like, Cam Man for sure seen what was happening.
AI Rodale was already gone. He had suffered a massive heart attack, dying instantly right there on the studio floor. Later, Dick Cavett described it as one of the most unthinkable moments of his career. If you'd like to see more stories,
R.I.P. to Dick Kazak, man. R.I.P. to Dak, man. R.I.P. to Dak, man.